Boys and Girls Hairstyles. Today I have Helen with me. I'm sure you've seen her if you've been watching videos. We have done a cut on her before. It's really short and spiky, and she has been growing it out, so I thought it would be fun to show you where she's at now. And when we're done, I'm gonna kind of show you where we're going to. So this is a haircut that you can do like growing out your hair. She doesn't want it long. She just wants it more of a bob. So we need to grow this a little bit and then up through here a little bit. And I'll show you that when we're done. But the key, I feel, this is my personal opinion, is when people grow out their hair, it's hard, you know, they grow it out for a little bit and then they're like, nope, I can't. And they chop it. But they just let it grow. So I feel like they don't put it into a style. So if you can like kind of choose a style to grow it into while you're growing it into the other style, then I think you'll be okay. I just feel like if you just grow it, you're gonna just chop it off because you feel like it's too, I mean, it won't do anything. It'll just hang. So if you do, try to find a style while you are growing out. I feel like it will help you a lot. So with Helen, what we've done, where she wants to do the bob, growing out, I always like to leave the, you know, people will grow it and you almost feel like you have a mullet. So I love to cut the back and keep the back short while everything catches up to it. So that's my number one with that. Now, I mean, her hair used to be like probably that short. So she's grown it this much. So we just trim, and that's the key too. People will say, I'm gonna grow my hair out, but they never trim it. So they think that if they trim it, it's not gonna grow, but it's actually the opposite. If you trim it just a tiny bit, you can see I'm just trimming that a tiny bit, it's definitely gonna grow. So that's the key. So I would say anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, get a tiny trim, and before you know it, you'll be growing out. Okay, so I'm taking a little bit more, you can see, than just a trim. See, I'm taking a little bit more because I just want to keep this tight. I don't want this to feel bulky. And then, you know, we're going to start, if we leave this tight, that's going to make this look longer at the top. So I like to do that. It's going to be funny. I wish I could hear all of your thoughts and comments, because just hearing somebody out there saying, oh, I've tried growing my hair, I can't. Because it's hard once it's short, you know what I mean? It feels, in fact, even Helen today, she's like, oh, I don't know, it's getting, you know, it's kind of getting to that in-between stage. And then she's like, you know, I don't feel like it's grown as much anymore. And so it's hard when you kind of get to that point.
And you warned me.
Yep, and I warned her, I did, when she was growing out. I'm like, hey, you're going to get to this point, you're going to, you know, because you'll go through that. But like she says, I'm not giving up. We'll keep going with it. And which she should, because she's almost there. I mean, it won't take her long. Her hair does grow fast. But anyway, it's definitely makes a difference in the growing out stage. And especially where her hair was so short on the top, the other, you know, for that to catch, you know, your sides and fullness through there, it takes a little bit, and that's why I told her, just, it's gonna drive you nuts for a little bit, but you'll be okay. As long as you have texture also, that will be huge. Definitely will. If not, it's just gonna feel thick and bulky. And especially the hair type of Helen, her hair type is, it's fine, the hair texture of it, but it is she has a lot of it, a lot of it. So hair like that, it actually reminds me of my sisters. You do need extra texture. In fact, it's fun because Helen she'll call and say, you know, do you have a minute? Because I always tell her, if you just need texture, just call me and drop by and I'll hurry and do it, because you can do it dry. So anyway, we do that, don't we? Yeah. In between. Okay. So like I said, you can kind of see that I take more down on the back to keep this tight so this can catch up, and it's getting there. It is. But I think, you know, people would have a lot better luck in growing out a haircut and keeping it if they just have a little bit of direction on how to do it. Because if you do just try to go and just grow it and just keep going month after month, it's gonna make you wanna cut it. Just chop it off. And of course, when I go to dry it, I wanna show you guys what I mean about, whoop. Yeah, I thought you would. You're a good catcher. You're fast. You have cat-like reflexes. Yeah, you know, it's only the first one I've dropped today, which is a plus for me. I always have a lineup of combs because I always... Okay, anyway, so the front, you know, she's kind of doing a little longer this way. It will have the layering in it, you know, obviously, but just trimming this also. So you can see that. So I just trimmed this layer into this front bang area. So see, I mean, I had trimmed that and I didn't have to take any off of that. So it's catching that top. Okay. And then sides, just trim barely. And that's the thing, when you get a trim, I mean, I guess you have to see where you're going or whatever, but yeah, just make sure they just trim it a tiny bit. Just the ends, just, it really will make a difference. Okay, now we come behind the ear. Just trim that a tiny bit so you can see that come over here. Tiny, tiny bit there, because we're growing this down to this, okay? Okay, and then this side, same thing, just barely trim. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what we are growing to come out a little bit this way to kind of round down and in. Okay, and then back here, again, we're gonna come from this. We're just gonna trim that up. Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, the bang area, I'm gonna come on an angle. Because, I mean, she is kind of just pushing them to the side, but you obviously need, you just don't want a clump of bangs. You want some texture in there. Okay. Okay, sweet. All right, I'm gonna do the chunky ones on her. I'm not gonna go in her part. She does kind of just go this way, but I'm not gonna go around there. I'm gonna come underneath here and away. And if you want, you could even, you know, comb away so you know where not to go. Okay, I'm gonna go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And what this does is it's taking those hairs, it's cutting little hairs in there, so the other hair will stand on top of that hair. And that's what's gonna help hold that up, especially when you're growing it out. So I did just a little bit more on her sides. The reason being is because you'll feel a little poofy on the sides for a little bit while you're growing. Once you catch this up, it won't feel as poofy because this will be fuller. But so sometimes, I mean, make sure you don't go too thin, obviously, by texturizing the sides, but they might need just a little bit extra than all the rest. Okay, awesome. Now, root lifter. And loose. Okay, and just a couple squirts of the volume and lift spray. Well, 3 little squirts. Couples too, I gotta get that straight. Okay, and then we're just gonna dry this down in the back. The other thing that helps Helen, in one of her videos, I had explained how she comes in like every other time for color and just cut. So this time obviously it's just cut, but color also helps growing out when you're growing out hair. If you can change up the color or add color, that will really help you too. Okay, just back and forth, back and forth. It's so crazy when I dry her hair and she has so much now. Like usually it's just stick it up, ready to go. Now it's like, but it does it. It looks like it has body. That's awesome. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just take this round brush and come in here, round brush this up. That's gonna give it the fullness. And you can see it's almost dry, but not totally dry. You obviously don't want to go in and start round brushing on soft and wet hair. It'll pull your hair. Okay, and then this side. Yeah, your color still looks awesome, Helen.
I know.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, when you blow it out, don't cut it off.
Yeah, true.
It lasts.
It lasts. That's true. Okay, so, and for Helen, we like this straight look. So some people will just round brush it like this and leave it and have, you know, more of the rounded, just soft look. But Helen likes the straight look.
I think that's what's been the hardest is, you know, I was spiky for so long and then you look in the mirror now and it's just flat.
And you're like, wait, it's flat.
I feel like I've done it.
Yeah, serious. Because I've thought about mine, like, yeah, maybe I'll grow it a little and try something. But that's where I get, I'm like, I think I would be like, wait, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I don't feel ready. But then I'm sure you get compliments on it.
Yeah.
So you know it looks cute. It's just you're not used to it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell people that too. I'm like, hey, just so you know, it looks good. You're just not used to it, but it definitely is looking good. Okay, so I'm just pulling up.
I got that stupid calic right there in the back.
Is that driving you nuts now? It's
Yeah.
longer too?
Yes, bad.
Oh,
I didn't
that's-
realize I had it.
Right, until it's longer, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm glad it's back there though.
But see, it's cute. It's like, it's looking cute.
It really shows the red now.
What's that?
It shows the red hair now.
Yeah. Oh, it does. See, that's the other thing too with trims and things like that. It really will pop your color. Okay, so this is the oil. I'm just putting a little bit through. Okay, so I'm feeling a little bit thick over here. So I'm gonna take gonna kind of chop into it like this. Okay, and then go up above there.
And you told me the one side would have more hair, or feel like more.
Oh yeah,
out.
see,
And
yes.
it does. That
And it
side
does.
Mm-hmm.
So what she was saying, you guys, is I had warned her too that, you know, on one side, usually, and it depends, like if you have more hair going to this side, you're just gonna feel bulky, and but that's why it's so important to texturize in between, you know, and cut it, because if not, you're just gonna be sick of it and be like, I'm done chopping it up, I can't take it. Okay, so I'm gonna back comb this. It's so funny when I've had people walk in when I've had my hair up like this, when I back comb it, they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, a little bit of a process here. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, and then I like to just spray under all the back combing. And then I like to just put it into place. Just kind of grab at it. Okay, I have to come this way to double check. Okay, so this I can see needs to be flat ironed up a little bit and over. Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to explain to you guys is what we're working on, which you can see if you watched the other video also, how short it was. So this is getting there, but what we need to do is just keep growing this to where it comes out. So we're trying to make it a little bit, she wants it fuller here to come in more here, if that makes sense. So we're gonna kind of grow this out and then in. But this is a good haircut and for growing out. So I hope that helps you guys if you're trying to grow out your hair or if you want to try it. So anyway, those are tips. Thank you so much, Helen. I'm actually gonna turn her into the mirror because, how is it? Does that feel okay?
Yes. Done better.
Done better? Okay, sweet. Okay, yeah, thank you, Helen. You are awesome. I'm super glad that in fact, we just need to kind of keep you updated with her. We'll have to do a video in a couple months and show you where she's at with it. I was waiting for her to say, you never know, it might just be a video of chopping it off again. But she's not. See, she's doing it. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have an awesome day. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your friendships and your support. So have a good one. See ya.